Well, welcome back again, everyone. Thought I would show you my new shirt. No need to adjust your computer screens. I am indeed wearing a different shirt today. Picked this up on Cigar Bid. Thought it was cute. Now today I'm reviewing a cigar that I've just heard about a week ago, and already they're gone. It's sort of one of those rare type cigars that Fuente puts out, so that gives you a hint. We're going to today review the Arturo Fuente Unknown Reserve. There it is. And there is the density. Actually looks nice and dense. Signified by the red band around the foot. Not much is known about this cigar. Not much at all. The only thing I know about it for sure is that it uses a sun-grown wrapper. Nothing else is known, and that's the way Fuente wants it. Roughly, I measured it. I don't even know the dimensions. It's 6 inches by, I'm going to call that 48. And as you can see, it's a little on the square side. I will tell you what I do know about it. Let me look for that now. I actually had the Fuente rep tell me a little bit about where they got the name. Okay, the unknown cigar is only known as the cigar without a name. Legend has it that in Mother Cuba, they call this mysterious vitola sin nombre. No one actually beholds the future of the lucky smoker who had a chance to engage in such a secretive and rarest of blends. Some may go to heaven, yet some may go to hell, because pleasures of this sort are not for the ordinary godly sort. There you have it. The unnamed release of 2012 is what this actually goes by. Unnamed reserve of 2012 can also be called sin nombre. Unnamed reserve of 2012. So that's what we've got going. Again, here it is. Nice looking cigar. Of course, well made. What would you expect from Fuente? So let's remove this little red band. And let's get going. While I was in the store, these sold out. Firm draw. Not bad, just firm. So I was able to get the last one. And I have only one. Now let's see what time it is. Oh, it's about 5:15 here on the East Coast. So we're going to start this off and see how long it takes to smoke it. Very earthy flavors right up front. Earthy with some sweetness. A lot of earthy notes at the very first light up, with some subtle semi-sweet cedar and a little bit of pepper. Not a lot right now. So I have a feeling this is going to take a minute or two to come into its own, so I'm going to give it a minute or two and be right back. Well, here we are, about a ½ inch in, and the flavors have settled down. Now I can give you a good description. Earthy, but they have toned back from the initial. With this earth, a sweet cedar, not rich, just a little sweetness to it, with hints of cream at the base of the cedar. There is also coffee, and the pepper is roughly 5-ish. It's about middle of the road right now. Okay. Finish is definitely one of a nice sweet cream. Yep. And fairly long. You can feel it. Now, there's not a lot of lingering pepper, just a little bit here and there, but not significant. So that's where we are. That's what it settles down into after about 1/2 inch. Okay? Let's see what else happens. Well, we are here at the midpoint, or thereabouts, and the cigar is burning very evenly. I would call it medium bodied. It's not anything more than that. You do have the typical sun-grown flavors from Fuente cigars. But what's funny, a little whimsical here recently in the last few puffs, and the flavors are just like we described before, but attached to that cedar, when you retrohale, which is where you get most of your flavors, blow the smoke through your nose, there is a wisp of cherry, just briefly, but it's tied into, it's mixed in with the cedar. So it just makes for a little lighter cedar, sweeter note. All that makes sense? They're light cherry notes, and they're just brief, but they're mixed initially with the cedar, and then they sort of go away, and you're left with just cedar. But the earth notes are there, coffee notes, excuse me, the cedar, the very subtle cream at the base of this cedar, very subtle now. The cream on the finish is very obvious. Has some sweetness to it, and just a touch of lingering pepper. I would still keep the pepper at about a midpoint, 5-ish. Good cigar, typical Fuente flavors, but I can't tell you what's in it. So anyway, there we are at the midpoint, and be back shortly. Well, we don't have a lot left, a couple inches, but really the point of coming back was, in the last segment I told you about the faint cherry notes that were attached to the cedar. They have actually become a little more noticeable, and for a longer period of time. Very odd, but nice. They are mixed with the cedar. Now they're mixed with the cedar, and they last a little longer. You really taste them for quite a while. It's actually a nice flavor. Picture cherry and cedar mixed. That's what you got. So when you have these, look for that. But just thought I would bring that up. Now this cigar is burning. It's not burning fast, but it's not taking very long. At this point, I'm about 45 minutes in. So it's not going to be a very long cigar. So anyway, still medium bodied. The pepper may have jumped to a 6, but it's not a lot of pepper in this cigar. I mean, not very peppery. It's noticeable, but it's just, you know, noticeable. It's not overwhelming. So there we have it. I've already taken the band off. I'll be back in a few minutes to wrap it up. Well, we're pretty much at the end, so I'm going to wrap it up. At this point, I'm at 1 hour. That's what you have left at 1 hour. So you make your own assumptions. The flavors here at the end are pretty much like we described before. There are some notes of wood, charred wood, to go along with the earth. It's a very earthy cigar for Fuente. Ended up medium, maybe touching medium to full bodied, but I'm going to stick with medium. And the flavors are just like I described previously. So I found this to be a good cigar. A little unusual with the earthy notes for Fuente for my taste. Not bad, but just unusual. And I like the flavors. The cherry cedar mix was a nice change. But these are hard to find. They're not pricey. I think this one ran me $9 and change, which for a limited release type Fuente cigar is not that bad. But as I said, this is the only one I had, so I'm judging everything on this one. I would call it a very good basic Fuente cigar with just a few bumps, few exceptions, and they would be positive exceptions. So I'm boiling it down score-wise to a 90. I'm giving it a 90. I think it's a good cigar. It deserves a 90. Some of the other Fuentes I would really care for a little more. But good cigar. Glad I reviewed it. Glad I had it. If you could find them, try it yourself. Let me know what you think. Fuente Unknown Reserve of 2012, 90.